Welcome, folks, to Glendale, Arizona and State Farm Stadium, site of this year's Verbo Fiesta Bowl, which, of course, is part of the college football playoff. We've reached the semifinal stage, one last hurdle to clear before that national championship game. And today we're going to find out who's got the toughness and the depth to continue their drive to keep championship dreams alive. As we'll see the number 5 seed in this playoff, the Georgia Bulldogs, taking on the top-seeded team in the playoff, the Oklahoma Sooners. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, joined by Kirk Herbstreit. And here we go, a college football playoff semifinal. Which team will keep their national championship hopes alive today? The kickoff team is out there, and here we go with this playoff semifinal game. And that kick will just bound into the end zone for a touchback. The Oklahoma Sooners will get the first crack on offense today. All of us enjoyed coming to the Fiesta Bowl over the years, and of course you got the modern Silver Stadium here sitting in the desert ready for this showdown.
Well, it's so many great memories here, Chris. Think back to the Boise State, Oklahoma back in '07. How about the classic between Oklahoma State and Stanford with Andrew Luck in 2012? And then the shocker just a few years ago with TCU over Michigan in 2022. This game has a history of providing the unexpected.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Quarterback changing the play now at the line. Back to throw. It's Hawkins. And it's the senior getting home with the sack.
Boy, what an incredible push by this defensive line. And if you're going to survive in the SEC, the teams that really separate themselves are the teams that have great defensive linemen, especially in the interior. And Georgia has had an incredible legacy over the years. And it's nice to see that this player right here is trying to live up to it.
And the Sooners will send their... And it's blocked. Trying a return here. Tackle is made at the 7, but what a play. The offense sets up at 1st and goal. So the Georgia Bulldogs offense comes out for their first possession today. All right, Kirk, let's take a quick look at the impact players for today's game and how they're going to affect the outcome.
These are your leaders on the field and in the locker room. These are your go-to guys, not only when you need a play to be made, but also when you need somebody.
And he gets to the end zone. Touchdown, Dogs. Well, no surprise for an offense this good. Short field, quick touchdown.
Yeah, you get into the red zone, though, there's a tendency to want to get conservative. I love that the offensive coordinator and the quarterback kept attacking until they came away with 7 points.
And the extra point was up and good. There's a kickoff team. Let's see if they give the returner an opportunity to bring this back. Kick bounces out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And the Oklahoma offense is back on the field. And the first play of the drive now from the 25. They start the drive with a quick throw to the right side.
So much pressure on the defense against the RPO because you're always going to be wrong if it's executed correctly. Here they were determined to stop the run. The problem is you leave yourself vulnerable to a throw into a flat. Right flat's open. The quarterback makes the right throw. Look at these yards.
1st and 10 play coming up. On the shotgun, it's a handoff.
You know, in the era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense is countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage and not give up big run plays.
He's going to take off here. He'll avoid the tackle there with a slide.
Chris, watch him work through his progressions here. Finds the first and the second option aren't there. By the third option, he's got to pull it down and try to pick up some positive yards, of which he did, and then he slides down to avoid the big hit.
Brought down for a loss after the completion. Not what they were looking for. Here's the second down play. Quarterback adjusting now to the defense. Dropping back, it's Hawkins. It's a quick grab. Breaks a tackle on the play and makes a decent gain.
Quarterback looks downfield to make this throw. He wants to be able to get the ball to be able to pick up enough yards for a first down. But instead, he gets the ball at least underneath to the drag route and gets some positive yards.
Third down, out of the shotgun. On the run, he'll let it go. Catch is made, room to run here. They bring him down, but an explosive play by this offense. Big game.
Good job here by this offense coming up with his first down on that third down play. They knew they're going to have to deal with a lot of pressure, did their job, gave the quarterback time. They convert, and listen, you're down early in this game. Every possession matters. You need points on this drive, and they're able to have that chance now with that conversion.
Here comes a crucial second down play. Every yard tough to find down here in the red zone. They snap it. Quarterback looking to throw the ball. Makes it across the goal line. Touchdown, Oklahoma. Kicking team on now for the extra point. And the PAT is good. The kickoff team on the field now as they get set to send this one away. Fields it just outside the goal line. Gets it to the 25-yard line. That's where they'll start the drive. And the Bulldogs offense is back out on the field. Great possession last time. They punch it into the end zone. Can the defense come up with a stop this time? And looking to throw now on first down. It's the running back in the flat. Defense shoves him out of bounds. Not much of a gain there.
One thing I love about this back is how he gets involved in the passing game. Nice catch here.
Handing off on the draw play. But they tackle him after just a 2-yard gain, so it sets up a 3rd and 8. They come to the line, a long way to go for the first down, but needing this crucial conversion right now. And he'll drop back here on 3rd down. Short pass finds the tight end. Defense will make the stop, and what will probably be the final play of this opening quarter. Dogs will line up to punt it away. Early on, it's a fun battle on the road to the national championship, deadlocked at the end of one. Let's check out the early stats so far. And on 4th down, the punter sends it away. The fair catch made at the 25-yard line. Okay, so here comes the Oklahoma offense back on the field, trying to build on a beautiful, balanced touchdown drive last time they had it. Play action here on first down. Pressure is coming. There's contact on the throw. It's intercepted. Tried to fire it into a tight window. And they bring him down, but look, there's a penalty marker on the field. Let's see if the officials wipe away this turnover. The offense will obviously decline that penalty and take the result of the play. First down here for this offense. And the ball is handed off out of the shotgun. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there.
Chris, I think we all kind of get caught up in 3rd down. What is an offense doing on 3rd down? But I think what's also important is how well you defend first down. If you can hold your...
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Bulldogs. We had a short field. The offense did exactly what they're supposed to do. That would have been a big ask for the defense there.
Absolutely. But when you're given that kind of field position, anything less than a touchdown would be a disappointment. They did exactly what they needed to do by capitalizing on that short field.
And the kickoff will bounce right through the end zone for a touchback. And the Sooners offense is back out on the field. Let's see how this quarterback responds. Remember, an interception on the very first play of the last possession. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there.
My gosh, this offensive line's got to do a better job of blocking. The defense was zeroed in on the ball carrier and absolutely nowhere to go for the offense.
Dropping back, it's Hawkins. Using his legs here. Quarterback gets down to avoid the big hit.
Man, nothing is more aggravating for a defensive coordinator than this right here. You've got him. You've got a chance to make a play on him, take him out of his rhythm, but instead, this guy gets away from that pressure, tucks it, and picks up some big yards.
Nice run. He's brought down to the 44.
Boy, I'm a big fan of that jet sweep motion like that. It really forces the defense to stretch them out horizontally and can create some vertical seams for this offense. They got some positive yards. Didn't quite get the first down, but I'll tell you what they've done. Planted a seed on this defense, and they better defend this style of play moving forward.
Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Well, Chris, this is going to set up a big third down now for this offense. They're down early in the game with all the hype and the pressure on a playoff game. You don't want to dig yourselves too big of a hole. They got to keep this drive alive, so they need to convert right here.
Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. On the move, but can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The Sooners will line up to kick it away. And remember, they blocked this first punt of the game. Oh, he's got a crease here. Look out. And the coverage team gets the returner to the ground. And the powerful Georgia offense is back out on the field. They punched it into the end zone the last time. Let's see if this defense has made some adjustments to stop him this time. They're going to run it. Picks up 2, so it's 2nd and 8.
With the defense coordinator this week, all week telling us about gap integrity, not giving this running back any creases at all. Really sound defense on that play.
2nd down, we're going to throw it. Here's a shot toward the end zone. The downfield shot is incomplete. Brings up 3rd down. Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a first down. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Tries to get it to the running back. They give the running back a touch in the pass game. Catch made over the middle. This offense picks up the first down. They tackle it at the 44.
That's a great feeling when your quarterback can make a throw that keeps the drive alive. Not as good as a touchdown, but it's a lot better than having to trot over to the sideline, waiting for your turn to get another chance.
We've reached the 2-minute warning. We'll have to see if the offense can build on this lead before the break. First down, we're going to throw the ball. The pass rush closing in. It's incomplete. He was hit as he threw. Good pass rush there on first down.
I talk to defensive coordinators all over the country, and they're quick to point out the term affecting the quarterback. They kind of almost get offended when you want to.
And he can't escape. It's a sack for the defense. And a timeout is called to talk strategy. Close game here as we approach halftime.
And I'm shocked this guy is trying to get outside and make a play, Chris. You know what he's all about. Sit in the pocket, make a read, get the ball out of his hands. Here he's desperate, trying to make a play on the outside. Really not in his arsenal, as you see, and it backfires for a big loss.
The defense stops him short of the marker, so it's 4th down coming up. Defense spends their 2nd timeout to try to regroup. The Bulldogs will bring their punt team onto the field. We're going to kick it away for the 2nd time. And the punt goes out of bounds. The officials now will mark the spot. And the Sooners offense is back on the field. Well, it's been an entertaining first half. Not much time remaining to cut into this lead. First play of the drive, they're going to throw the football. Quarterback escapes the pocket. And he's shoved out of bounds with the defense short of the first down marker.
I love that this guy's not willing to just give up on plays. You know, he's got enough athletic ability to give you some positive yards in the run game, and he's able to do that right here.
Quarterback pre-snap adjustments now for this defense. Trying to extend the play. Dump off caught by the running back. Defense wraps him up after the catch, but he's just short of the first down. They get to the line in a hurry here for this 3rd down. And they pick up the first on the ground. Brought down, but it's past the line of the game. So it's a first down here. The clock is stopped temporarily, but they'll get to the line quickly. Dropping back, it's Hawkins. That's the running back who makes the catch across the middle. And he's tackled after the catch. They'll have to hurry now. 2nd down with the clock ticking. From the shotgun, drops back. Quarterback looks to his right and finds his man. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks more than enough for a first down.
Boy, great job here by the quarterback to find the running back out of the backfield. That'll earn his team a new set of downs.
Looking to throw it on first down. And he'll rifle this one deep to the right side. And that one's picked off. What a play.
Well, the quarterback ends up being a tad aggressive, and he ends up paying for it with a pick. I get that that might be part of his playing style, but there's a difference between being aggressive and being careless.
And the senior making a disruptive impact play. And now the defense decides to spend a timeout to regroup a bit. First down sack pushes the ball back. Second down coming up. And they'll run it out of the shotgun. Not much on that play. Brought down short.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound. It's really solid defense on that play.
Bring him down after a small gain. They played it safe there on 3rd and long. And that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update. The Sooners will kick it off to begin the second half. And here's the return from inside the 5. And he stopped at the 20, tried to make something happen, but that's good coverage there. And the Georgia offense is back out on the field. Important possession here to begin the 3rd quarter as they try to continue momentum from the first half and build on this lead. Off the play fake on first down. They pressure him and get him. The loss back to the 7-yard line.
Well, let's face it, they dug themselves a hole in the first half, but I'll tell you what, they're coming out with a new look and a new energy here to start the second half.
2nd and long, backed up at the 7-yard line. Receiver in motion now. Off play action, he's looking to throw. Grab down the middle, it's Tuggle. Tackle finally made. That's a very solid gain, but not close to first down yardage here. Well, a serious challenge for this offense. You don't want to be in 3rd and long inside your own 20. How much of a risk will they take to try to pick up this first down? Oh, a sack. The senior on this defense making a big play. The Dogs will have to kick it away. It's a rough drive for the offense. Hunter comes on and boot it away. He's got some daylight turning on the speed. And the coverage team makes the stop on this return. And the Oklahoma offense is back on the field. They had some good things going on the last drive, but it ended suddenly with the pick. Let's see what they can do here. This line getting set up. It's a first down play. That wasn't alert enough. Didn't get the play off. That'll cost him 5 yards.
Delay of game. Offense.
Dangerous play call here after that 5-yard penalty. First down play call. How aggressive will it be? Offense will keep it on the ground here. He's swarmed by the defense. Second down after that run on the previous play. Back's got it again. And the defense able to hold him there to a short gain. Crucial 3rd down play coming up after that run. Pre-snap motion from the offense. Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. Tackle made at the 26. Good enough for a first down.
The defense has got to do a much better job here of adjusting to the pre-snap motion. They just kind of stayed in place, and it gave the receiver plenty of room there to make a nice play.
And the defense smothers him for no gain.
How about this? So physical against the run. These guys have not been able to do anything on the ground, and it's because of that defensive line and those linebackers taking away the run game.
Second down play coming up for this offense. To throw, it's Hawkins. Buying time now, rolling to his left. Looking to scramble now. On the move, trying to scramble for the first down, comes up short. And the Sooners are in the red zone now. Running play called on 3rd and short. And he picks up the first down before they get him to the ground.
This is why they're in the playoff, right? Not just the ability to throw the ball, but you get to a critical moment, a 3rd down, you trust that offensive line to come up with a first down, and they get it.
And in 1st down, they go right back to him. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. Well, they don't block the defensive end, who shows some quickness, Kurt, getting around the edge that time.
Yeah, this guy's usually getting around the edge to put pressure on the quarterback, but he reminds everybody here that this guy's a complete package. Not only can he pressure the quarterback, but also he is very, very talented and shows you the physicality he has against the run as well.
Here we go, 3rd down, close to the goal line. They can still get a first down without scoring. A pop pass on the jet sweep, and he will be stuffed for no gain.
How about this? The offense gets the ball to one of their playmakers out in space, but the defense, the athletic ability on that side of the ball, does a good job of bringing him down short of the first down.
It's 4th down and 4 as they try to keep the drive going. And he drops back in the gun. Quarterback leaves the pocket on the move now. And he's brought down, a sack with the defense coming up big on this 4th down play.
Now the quarterback's got to get the ball out of his hands. He had a lot of time back there in the pocket, looking over the field, desperately trying to find an open receiver. Nobody's open, but he still has got to take off or try to make a play. Instead, he's sacked, and it's a turnover on downs.
Falls incomplete, broken up by the defender nicely that time. Incompletion sets up a 2nd down. Quarterback drops back. We're going to test the secondary. Quick caught behind the line. It's Tuggle. He's brought down after a short gain that's not going to be first down yardage. So the offense getting set. This is not where you want to be against this defense. 3rd and long.
Well, anytime an offensive coordinator calls a wide receiver screen, he's trying to get offensive linemen out in front of the receiver to create a wall so that receiver can pick a lane to run through. How about the defense here, though? That's called team pursuit, swarming to the football. They didn't give him any lanes, so not much yards downfield for the receiver.
And here's the return now from midfield. And the coverage team brings him down to wrap up the 3rd quarter. Well, Kirk, it's Georgia on top so far. And as we've reached the end of 3, time is running out in this crucial contest for both these programs to stay alive in the quest for a national championship. Let's check out the game summary before we move on. He's picked for a 3rd time tonight. Tackled after a short return at the 19, but a huge takeaway in the red zone. Big guys up front lined up. It's first down. And they're moving the receiver now before the snap. Defense is coming after him. Under pressure, just lets it go. And it's incomplete even on a first down throw. He was under some heavy pressure. So after the incompletion, it's 2nd down. Here's the snap. Quarterback drops back. Got him for a sack. A big play made them one of the senior leaders of this defense.
Well, another sack. You know, as the offensive coordinator, you're ahead in this game. Maybe you should change the game plan to help your quarterback a bit. This pass rush has gotten home way too many times.
And the pass rush has got him again. Back-to-back sacks.
If I'm on this offensive line, man, I do not want to see the game film. This has been a tough game for the big boys. It appears almost like they've just been moonwalking the entire game, and they've been pushed all around. That's 6 sacks surrendered already in this game.
Finally forced out of bounds, but a solid return that time. Okay, so here comes the Oklahoma offense back on the field. See if this quarterback can bounce back. The last possession, a pick on the very first play. Looking to throw. It's Hawkins. He's moving out of the pocket now. They've got him, but he picks up 8 yards. Sets up a nice 2nd and 2. The Sooners are going to cash in this red zone trip. Out of the shotgun, he hands it off. And he's brought down, but he does have enough for the first down.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, it can go to the house for a touchdown. But the runs that really make a game plan work are the ones where you get just what you need. And he barely got the first down, but he got it.
He'll be smarter right at the line for no gain.
I can see what the quarterback's trying to do here, Chris, and he gets the completion, but just no gain. There's just no room to go after the catch.
Coming to the line on 2nd down, this is important. They want to avoid a 3rd and long. Will he score here? And they stop him just short. The defense really backed up now. It's 1st and goal. The Sooners line it up with 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. Fights his way in for the score. Touchdown, Oklahoma. Well, they began with great field position, and that didn't take long at all, Kurt.
Well, that's how you take advantage of an opportunity. Your defense sets you up in great field position. You're not looking for a field goal. You're looking for a touchdown. Give the credit to this offense for being aggressive and punching it in.
Fields it inside the 5-yard line. He's tackled at the 21. That's where the drive will start. And the Bulldogs offense is back out on the field. They're coming off a quick 3 and out, so looking to put something together on this drive with a little more urgency. Bringing pressure. Short connection to the tight end here. Big man finally brought down by the cornerback. That was a tough assignment.
Well, this is what coaches love to see. A quarterback with the ability to read the defense properly and then just get it to the open man. Sometimes it sounds simple, but it's tough to execute. This time we have good recognition by the quarterback. Then he gets it down to the tight end. You can see what he can do.
Oh, and he fumbles. Looks like the defense has it. Oh, and he breaks free. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Oklahoma on the scoop and score. And that is any defender's dream, a touchdown to take the lead in the 4th quarter of a playoff game.
Well, when you play this kind of scheme, it could lead you potentially into having opportunities to create turnovers. Here they get the bonus because they get points off of it, give themselves the lead, and now they're going to hold on here to see if they can advance to the national title.
And he takes this from inside the 5. And the coverage team brings it down at the 26. And the powerful Georgia offense is back out on the field. On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. And it's the senior getting home with the sack.
Well, that takes the wind right out of your sails. This offense is trying to find a way to get back into this game, and another pressure and a sack against their quarterback.
Second down here, time for perhaps just one more play before the 2-minute warning. Quarterback looking to throw it on 2nd down. Nice grab. It's Tuggle. And they bring him down. That's a very solid gain, but still well short of the marker. And now the defense will call a timeout here to make an adjustment on their side before this crucial play. Pressure moment for the quarterback. We'll see if he can stay calm and collected. Down a score late in the game. Drops back, looking to throw for it on 3rd down. Lets it fly out of the wideout. Intercepted, picked off by the defense.
Well, this defense has been great the entire football game here. They knew they had a lot of pressure on them in the playoff. They stepped up and played well all game long, and now they get a critical interception here late in this game.
And the Sooners offense is back out on the field. So it's still a one-possession game. The offense would love to work the clock here, but they can't take their foot off the gas. They'll use that running game, trying to bleed the clock here. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there. And now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. Receivers now getting some new assignments before the snap. Back to pass. It's Hawkins. Quarterback looking to scramble. And now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible.
Well, they did a good job of getting pressure on the quarterback, but, man, make the play. Bring him down. Instead, they give up positive yards here on the scramble.
They're backed up here, trying to make something happen on 3rd and long. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. They don't convert. In fact, he's tackled for a loss on that 3rd down play. And now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. And the Sooners bring their punt team onto the field. Oh, and it lands at the 4 and bounces in for a touchback. And the Georgia offense is back out on the field. The last possession ended in an interception. Let's see if they continue to trust this quarterback in the passing game. On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. Oh, it's picked off. What a play. And he steps out of bounds after the great pick. A solid return to set up his offense.
Oh, you feel terrible for this quarterback. He's played well all year. He's trying to make a play, trying to force it into coverage because they need points at this point in the game to try to advance into the next round of the playoffs. Puts it into coverage, and that's probably going to do it.
Second down and goal upcoming. They'll try to muscle toward the end zone on the ground. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
What a great play by the defense here. Getting close to the goal line. Not only do they come up with a big stop, but they send them backwards in the process.
So this one is tucked away. Time for victory formation. And the offense just takes a knee here. Well, that's a great performance in the pressure moment, but now the job gets even more exciting, even bigger as they go on to the national championship game and play for that trophy.
And this is a new era. I mean, think about the weeks, the amount of games that these guys have been able to play, and to be able to accomplish this, to get to the national championship, that says everything about the endurance of this football team, both mentally and physically. They get one more hurdle to see if they can become the national champs.
And that is going to wrap it up. We enjoyed this one here. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.